Every season of the Arrowverse introduces a lot of new characters, and while not all of them are great, the ones that are typically make for some awesome characters. In the upcoming seasons of the Arrowverse, a number of characters have already been confirmed to debut or are confirmed to be returning for Arrow Season 8, The Flash Season 6, Supergirl Season 5, Batwoman Season 1, and Crisis on Infinite Earths, as well as, although no character has been confirmed to debut or return in the upcoming seasons of Legends of Tomorrow or Black Lightning, characters from Legends of Tomorrow have been confirmed to be leaving, so I'll go over those characters as well. So in this video, I will be listing all the characters from Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Batwoman, and Crisis on Infinite Earths who are already confirmed to be appearing, to be returning, or to be leaving their respective seasons. So with that in mind, let's start the video with Arrow. The order here is Arrow, then Legends of Tomorrow, then Batwoman, then Supergirl, and then The Flash, and then finally Crisis on Infinite Earths. So again, let's start with Arrow. So Arrow in the upcoming season doesn't really have any new characters per se, like no new actors and new characters are really joining the season, but a couple alternate characters of previously deceased Earth 1 characters from Arrow will be appearing, seems like in the first episode. It's already been confirmed that Tommy Merlin, Moira Queen, and Adrian Chase's Earth probably 2 counterparts will be debuting, as we saw the Black Siren of Earth 2, so it seems like Oliver goes to Earth 2, and that's where he meets Tommy, Moira, and Adrian Chase probably. I don't know if these characters will be good guys or bad guys, but I'm definitely excited to see them, as all 3 of these characters bring a great amount of a lot of great things to Arrow. Tommy Merlin brings a level of emotion, so does Moira Queen. Adrian Chase is just awesome overall. Josh Laguerre is an awesome character, and we really haven't seen much of him at all since he died. We've seen him once in a hallucination from Vertigo, and that is it. So I'm definitely excited to see an alternate version of Adrian Chase, who I really think should be the vigilante of Earth 2, as there is no vigilante in Earth 1, so it would be cool for maybe him to take over the costume. And also Adrian Chase is vigilante in the comics, so I think it would be cool for his alternate counterpart from Earth 2 to actually be vigilante. Similarly, Tommy Merlin could be either the Green Arrow or the Dark Archer of his universe. If he's from Earth 2, then it can't really be the Green Arrow, as Robert Queen is, and that's another character it would be really cool to see. I don't know about Moira Queen, but all 3 of these characters I think will be really cool to see in the upcoming season of Arrow, as they either bring us a level of emotion or just a level of badassery to the show, and I think that has kind of been missing ever since these characters have left in their respective seasons of 1, 2, and 5, which coincidentally are the best seasons of Arrow. In terms of recurring characters, a couple characters have already been confirmed to be returning. In episode 2, Tatsu Yamashiro, aka Katana, will be making her return. Ever since season 3, where she had a big role, and season 4, where she kind of had a cameo role, we haven't seen her at all. And considering she does have kind of a small role, but definitely a role in Crisis on Infinite Earths in the comics, I think it will be pretty cool to see her in this episode, but also in the upcoming crossover. It's confirmed that Malcolm Merlin will be returning, but considering he's dead, it might be in some sort of dream or hallucination, as Malcolm Merlin, his actual character, not confirmed, but the actor John Barrowman is. It could be an alternate character from a different universe, but I'm counting in here for the returning characters, because that is not confirmed. Similarly, Thea Queen, aka Speedy, is returning, and this is more likely to be the Earth 1 version, because she is still alive, and it would make a lot of sense for her to return. Finally, a character who kind of left the show for a while, and now is returning, is John Diggle Jr., who has yet to appear in the future, but appeared in the present day as a kid, and now he's going to be appearing in the future as an adult. So those are the characters who are returning for the upcoming season of Arrow. In terms of the characters who are leaving, technically everybody, because the show is officially ending, but in terms of the characters who are dying, it seems like Oliver, we don't really know about it if anybody else is dying at this point, and maybe even Oliver might not die, but technically since Arrow is ending, everybody is going to be leaving the show, including everybody behind the scenes. Not counting Black Lightning, because literally nothing has been confirmed for that season. Legends of Tomorrow Season 5 is the season that has the least confirmed about it. No new characters have been confirmed, no returning characters have been confirmed, not counting the series regulars. And the only thing about the season that has been confirmed in terms of characters are 2 characters are leaving, those characters being Ray Palmer, aka the Atom, and Nora Dark, which means the fact that Ray Palmer is leaving means that White Canary and Heatwave are the only 2 members of the team remaining, of the original team, which is ironic, because other than Captain Cold, Heatwave, and White Canary, the only two members of the original team who aren't superheroes in the comics, so the fact that they are the only ones that remain, I don't think it looks good for the show, which is supposed to be about DC superheroes. I really think the show's kind of going off the rails. Anyway, the fact that Nora Dark is leaving, I don't really care. The fact that Ray Palmer is leaving, I do care, because he's really the only remaining superhero in Legends of Tomorrow except for John Constantine, so it's really just John Constantine now, and that is it. Ray Palmer is not my favorite character at all, and I think that after Arrow Season 3, they kind of ruined him as a character, made him a lot more one-dimensional, but at least, I guess his costume and his powers were kind of cool, so the fact that he's leaving the show now, I'm not a huge fan of that, but that's really the only thing confirmed about Legends of Tomorrow Season 5 in terms of the characters. Batwoman actually has the most characters that have been confirmed, as it has a whole new cast of characters that is debuting. There's Batwoman herself, which is a returning character technically, but the rest of the cast, there's Sophie Moore, who is a high-level private security agent who was previously involved with Kate Kane. I'm gonna guess she's going to probably be the main love interest of Season 1, and there's Luke Fox, who is described as the head of Wayne Enterprises security. In the comics, Luke Fox is the son of Lucius Fox, a very iconic Batman character, most famous for his role being played by Morgan Freeman in the Dark Knight trilogy, and Luke Fox is also the superhero Batwing. I'm guessing he probably won't suit up as Batwing in Season 1, but he might in Season 2 or 3 if those seasons ever happen. The rest of the cast are really just Batwoman's family. There's Mary Hamilton, Kate's stepsister, and her mother, Catherine Hamilton Kane. There's Kate Kane's father, Jacob Kane, and her sister, Alice. Alice is the main villain and is described as the leader of a gang hell-bent on taking over Gotham and undermining its sense of security. There are other characters who have been confirmed, who all three of them are either Batman or Batwoman villains, and I'll go over them right now. Actually, I meant to say two characters, those characters being Hush and the Magpie. Hush is a very famous Batman villain. He has a whole storyline in the comics, as well as a new movie, which wasn't as good as the comic, but it wasn't terrible either. Thomas Elliot was the childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, who grew up hating the Waynes for one reason or another. I'm not going to get into here. It's a pretty messed up reason. You should read the comic, but Hush ended up being a pretty great villain for Batman. He is debuting in the first season of Batwoman. I don't know how that will work because Batman isn't there. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be a previously established Batman villain. It's going to be a new villain, probably looking for Batman, but instead it will go up against Batwoman. Then there's Magpie, who is a much less famous Batman villain who is obsessed with shiny things. That's really all I know about the character, and she's also going to be appearing in the upcoming season. Another character is confirmed, a character named Mouse, who will be working with Alice and her gang. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, he's, I don't think, an established DC character, so there's not really much else to go over there. So that is every character from Batwoman. Supergirl Season 5 have a couple characters that have already been confirmed. There's Brainiac 5 from the future, a female version of Brainiac 5 played by Jesse Rath's sister. Jesse Rath plays Brainiac 5 on Supergirl. Now his sister Megan Rath is playing the female version. I don't know if she's like from alternate universe or something, because in the comics there's an alternate universe called Earth 11 where every male character is female and vice versa. So maybe this is a Brainiac 5 from Earth 11 or something, or maybe for some reason there's a new version of Brainiac 5 who's also female in the future. I do not know why, but anyway, there's Midnight, a comic book villain of Supergirl, who's going to be a recurring villain, I'm pretty sure, in this season, or maybe just a villain who appears once or twice, who's described as a murderous villain released from an otherworldly prison to enact revenge against the person who put her there. It's possible that she is a character who's locked up on Fort Ross, which were the villains of the week in Season 1. Maybe she could be returning from that or something, or maybe she's from the Phantom Zone or something like that, or some other prison in the DC universe. There's a character named Andrea Rojas, aka Akrata, who's actually going to be a series regular in the season, and it seems like the new superhero. She's described as a polished businesswoman and heir to the Central American tech empire. Andrea Rojas is now making a hostile advance into the world of media, unapologetic and unafraid to make waves. She also holds a mystical secret, so the part of that I'm most interested in is the mystical secret. While Akrata is definitely not a character I've ever heard of, maybe she could make for an interesting superhero. Finally, there's William Day, aka, who's described as, on the surface, he's a cynic and salad who looks down on Kara's earnest idealism, dazed, not interested in making friends. He just wants to get the story, and his tie to the criminal underworld could prove problematic. So those are the new characters in the upcoming season. In terms of recurring characters, a character who was not at all in season 4, but it was supposed to be when shot, is officially returning in the season, or at least it seems like he will be. I mean, he was supposed to appear in season 4, but again, he didn't. So while I don't think it's likely, it's still possible he won't appear in season 5, but he's actually going to have a recurring role in the upcoming season. So that's the Legion of Superheroes character that is returning, not Mon-El or Saturn Girl or a new Legionnaire. It's Win Shot, who's technically now a member of the Legion of Superheroes. In terms of leaving characters, James Olsen has been confirmed to be leaving near the beginning of the season, possibly as a casualty of Crisis on Infinite Earths. So the final season is The Flash Season 6. This season does have a couple characters who have been confirmed to be returning. First of all, there's Ramsey Russo, aka Bloodwork, the main villain of the first half of the season, episodes 1 through 7. The storyline leading up to Crisis on Infinite Earths, he will be the main villain, but he will not be the main villain after Crisis on Infinite Earth. Ramsey Russo is a character with blood-like powers. He has the powers of like Hydro Man from Spider-Man Far From Home, but instead of water, it's blood, which will be pretty cool to see on screen. In the Arrowverse and on The Flash, he's described as a brilliant physician with a genius intellect and the world's leading expert on hematological oncology. A former colleague of Star Labs, Caitlin Snow, Russo rekindles their friendship after they are reunited by an unexpected event, but their longtime bond is quickly shattered when the Doctor's desire to defy the laws of nature takes him down a dark path, one that transfers Russo from an old friend into the most chilling villain Team Flash has ever faced, the monstrous Bloodwork. So they mention the laws of nature, that he's trying to defy them. He's trying to cure death, he's trying to make everyone immortal, and that's going to turn him into Bloodwork, a villain that I am definitely very excited to see. Another character that has been confirmed is a new version of Harrison Wells, who has been, he's supposed to be very unique, and he's going to have a very big role in Crisis on Infinite Earths. I think that this new Harrison Wells is probably the same character as Pariah, a character confirmed for Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'll get to later, but it's possible that they will be two different characters. Pariah has been confirmed to be played by Tom Cavanagh. I think that we saw set photos of the new Harrison Wells, and he's a very green character, like he wears a lot of green. Pariah in the comics typically does wear green, so I think they might be the same character. I guess we will see, but that's another character confirmed. Another character is a new version of Godspeed. We see him some set photos, which it seems like he's in the present day this time, and played by a different actor. Then finally there's Sue Dearborn, who later probably will become Sue Dibney, the main love interest and wife in the comics of the Elongated Man, and she will become the love interest of the Elongated Man in the show as well, as she was hinted at in the last season after the whole storyline of Ralph getting over the fact that he needs to find love or something, and then it was hinted at that Sue Dibney or Sue Dearborn is going to appear as we saw her name, and it's confirmed that she will be appearing in season 6 and will become a love interest for Ralph Dibney. One character who has been confirmed to be returning is Wally West, aka The Flash. Didn't appear at all in season 5, had a very, actually no, that's not true, he appeared in the beginning, but barely, had a very small run in season 4 as well. He's going to be returning as a recurring character in the season, probably playing some sort of role in Crisis on Infinite Earths as well. And finally, speaking of Crisis on Infinite Earths, Crisis on Infinite Earths definitely has the most interesting new characters that have been confirmed to either be appearing or debuting or returning. So first of all, in terms of the characters who are debuting, you have the Anti-Monitor, played by LaMonica Garrett, the same actor who played the Monitor. Here's a concept art of the character who's going to be the main villain of the crossover. Also, the Shadow Demons, which in the comics are the cannon fodder of the Anti-Monitor, like the Parademons or the Chitauri of the Anti-Monitor. Those are the Shadow Demons. Also, you have Pariah, played by Tom Cavanagh, like I mentioned earlier, possibly going to first debut on The Flash. I don't know, but I think it's very, very likely. And finally, probably the biggest character, I mean definitely the biggest character who's debuting in Crisis on Infinite Earths is Bruce Wayne, maybe as Batman, maybe not, but he's being played by Kevin Conroy, the legendary Batman actor who is most famous for playing Batman in a lot of different things, most famously the DC animated universe, as well as the Batman Arkham games. Bruce Wayne will be appearing as an older version of himself, or Kevin Conroy will be debuting as an older version of Bruce Wayne in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Whether or not he's from the future or the present day, I don't know. While he's older, I don't know. Maybe that's the only version of Batman Warner Brothers to let them use. But Bruce Wayne and technically Batman are officially debuting in Crisis on Infinite Earths. In terms of returning characters, Clark Kent, aka Superman, is returning. Lois Lane is is returning and Lex Luthor is returning, and another character who is technically returning is Clark Kent, aka Superman, from Superman Returns, although he'll be much later in the timeline of that universe, as well as a very different universe. He's going to be inspired by Kingdom Come version of Superman, or at least have the Kingdom Comes version of Superman's costume, but I'm pretty sure it's in the same universe as Superman Returns. Also, I didn't mention a new character. It's Superman and Lois Lane's child, probably their son, probably John Kent. He's going to be a baby, so he's not going to be really much of a character, but he technically is debuting and is already confirmed for the upcoming crossover. So anyway, that is every character who has been confirmed to either be returning or debuting or leaving in the upcoming seasons of the Arrowverse. Let me know your thoughts about all of these characters. Which one of these characters are you the most excited to see debuting, returning, and which character are you saddest to be leaving these shows? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.